What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't already checked it out already, just go on over to Scores and Odds. Get signed up. Your life choices. Just get in there. Get signed up. You got picks for me, Daniel, Chevelson, Meansy, all the greats. Plus, you get access to the nice little prop shopping tool and Grant's Action Lounge, where I'm throwing in every single pick I have pretty much every single day as I bet them. So you get the best lines in there and you get more money. It's that simple. Go get signed up. That's it. Do it. Just do it. In any case, I'm joined by Dean Chevelson. How you doing there, Daniel?
Do it. I was doing the Ben Stiller do it to my head for some reason when you were saying that.
What is that from?
That is from Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, yeah, that was it. Oh, I forgot.
I think that's like the most memorable thing from Starsky and Hutch because I don't remember much otherwise.
It wasn't very good otherwise.
But the do it, like the GIF, it's a thing. That'll live, indefinitely.
Yeah. No, it's a good one, man. When's the next Stanley Cup game? Wednesday?
Well, it'll be the first, right? Because the Rangers just got knocked out by Tampa. So
the first Stanley Cup game. Yeah.
It's probably, well, I would imagine they wouldn't want to compete. Well, we can just type this in, right? But the NBA starts tomorrow. Well, Game 5 is no, that's tonight. So I would imagine it's probably Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. They probably wouldn't want to take on the NBA.
Yeah, it's Wednesday, and then the next game for the NBA is Thursday. So, yeah.
You got your future. You bet the Colorado at 4 or 5-1 start of the playoffs, something like
3.5 to 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean not a ton of money, but
looking pretty good though.
Yeah, I'll take it. Make money.
Are you going to a game, or you're not sure yet, or what?
Still waiting to hear back from my rep. I should be a big enough gambler, but I don't know. Those tickets are. How much are those tickets?
To just get in the building, I would guess you probably can get in the building for $300.
Let's see.
250, 300 to get in the building.
I'm guessing more.
Colorado has not won a Stanley Cup, I think, since.
Yeah. Do you know what the cheapest tickets are?
$250.
$683 for game 1 at least.
Wow. Okay, I was wrong.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a lot more. Yeah, $700 for game 2. Wow.
I went to the Heat game versus Boston, game 5 or game 6. No, maybe it was game 4. Jeez, I should remember this thing. Game 5, and the cheapest tickets there just to get in the building are like $150 or so. But there's also
the Tampa Bay tickets are way cheaper.
Interesting. That's I mean, they actually have a really good fan base, the Lightning. I know it's in Florida and it's hockey, and I've been in that arena before. It's pretty electric. That wasn't even a pun. It just sort of worked out that way as far as Lightning, but. It should be a good series, by the way. It should be, some wide open hockey.
Yeah, no, it's wild. I hope I can. I might have to tell my DK rep it can be a wedding present. See if I can get it that way.
You can only use that so many times. Have you not gone to that? That's the first one. You can only pull that cord once, right? Basically.
Yeah, but I mean, Stanley Cup tickets are so expensive. It'd be nice if you could give me like game 5 tickets.
Yeah, well, it's probably you're not certain that's even going to happen, but it should in theory.
Yeah, well, it'd be nice. When the Kings won their last Stanley Cup, I was working right near there, so I just went and walked over to the Staples Center, watched it there, and then just got drunked up.
You went to the game, or you watched it outside, on the big screen?
I saw game 1 of that series, and then the clinching game. I watched on the big screen out there, and then just everyone celebrating next to the stadium is awesome.
Yeah.
So it was a good time. But we got baseball and we got basketball to talk about. You want to start with baseball or basketball?
Start with basketball because full disclosure, I have not been paying attention to the series from a betting perspective. I just from DFS perspective, just kind of I'll watch it, but I've been focusing more so on baseball. So I have no takes on the game tonight. I mean, I'm curious what happened to Draymond Green. I know he's been just not good in this series.
He has not been good. We're gonna start with tennis. Sarah Irani to win the first set tomorrow, plus 280 over at DK. Okay. Leslie Patinama. I can't even to win. It's in the Action Lounge. So to win the first set, got both those over at DK. They're in the Action Lounge. Go get that. But basketball. So my favorite bet by a wide margin is Kevon Looney over 1.5 blocks plus steals.
Okay.
plus 170. The dude has 2, 0, 4, and 3 in the first 4 games. He's playing a big role. He's getting it done. Getting it plus 170 just seems silly to me. But you don't know anything about that. One that's going to make me broke is Draymond Green over 0.5 threes, which I bet every single time. He had 4 shot attempts in the first one, missed all of them. 1 shot attempt in the second one, missed it. 2 in the next one, missed it. 2 in the next one, missed them both. So he's 0 for, what is that? 0 for 9.
It's a lot
so far this series, which means he's due. Am I right?
I mean, I suppose you can justify it that way. I will say, actually, there is one thing I did bet last time when I saw the starting lineup for Golden State. It was a change, and Otto Porter was drawing the start, and Green was starting at center, and I think Looney was starting before, and he wasn't starting this game. So I did bet the over on Draymond rebounds. On Prize Picks, he was at 6.5. Yeah,
if he does, I have the over 7.5 in this game. If they do the same thing, great. Like he should get over. If they don't, it's still 7.5. I feel like is a low number. He had 9, 5, 6, and 11. I think so far this series. So he's hit 2 out of 4. I wrote that up over on Scores and Odds, but yeah, I've got that over of 7.5 rebounds.
It was 6.5 last game. Like, I mean, obviously, I don't know how quickly the market reacted, but when I saw it, I'm like 6.5, and like, no, Looney's not in there to grab some boards. Like, I pounced, and it was a little bit of a sweat. It took him. He had to get there in the fourth quarter, but I think he got 9 in total, like you just said.
Nice. I got Steph Curry over 5.5 rebounds. Scores and Odds likes the over on that. Getting plus 100 odds over at FanDuel. I went with it, and then Steph Curry over 1.5 blocks plus steals. We have him projected for well over that, I think. Steph Curry now, 1.55. Look at what he's done so far these playoffs. Like last 6 games, 0, 2, 3, 3, 4, 1. So he's been doing a decent amount, hitting at a decent clip. Minus 110 over at DK. It's solid. But now we can talk about some bases ball. I got some home run bets.
All right, fire away. Who you got?
Buxton to hit a bomb plus 285 going up against Flexen, who gives up a ton of hard contacts, decent amount of fly balls versus righties. Don't love the ballpark. Don't love the odds plus 285, but Buxton's been on a tear. Do you know how many home runs he has over the last 5 games?
You know, I will answer your question with another question. Do you know how many home runs he has since the last time he grounded a double play?
19.
44.
Wow.
I saw that stat today on Twitter. Like, he's hit 44 home runs since the last time he had the old GI DP. His home runs in his last 5 games is probably 7. It's a lot.
It's 5, but
5. Okay, I know he's had a couple double down games, and and like, and whenever he homers, you tweet at me like "suck it, Dean." Like, I like.
Okay, I did it last time because you said specifically you did not like that bet.
I said I wouldn't bet it. I understand why you're doing it, but I think that's basically what the odds are correct. Essentially, I'm not here to besmirch. I'm a fan of Buxton. You know, I think he's great. So there's an implication without context. They're like, oh, look at this schmuck. He hates Byron Buxton. What a dope. I mean, I feel like, of course, you're doing that unintentionally. You'd never do that intentionally.
I do that intentionally.
I like Buxton too. He's great. Flexen is also a reverse splitsy too, which is nice. So yeah, sure. Look, I'm not going to say it's a bad bet. But like you even said, plus 285, you want your homer bets to be a little more appealing than that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got several right in that range. So I got a lot from the Atlanta game. Ozuna plus 285, Acuna plus 245, Riley plus 300, all to hit a bomb. I like all of them. I don't mind Olsen. I don't mind Swanson. I don't mind Albies. But those were my 3 favorite. Josiah Gray. He is granted worse versus lefties than versus righties, but still gives up a ton of fly balls, ton of hard contact. Like, yes, he can strike some guys out, but like it's good weather over in Washington. I think it's going to be 90 degrees.
It's the fire emoji. If you fire up the old Kevin Roth weather edge tool, the fire emoji it's like basically the exacta box. Everything is kind of working in your favor. Like I said, 90 degrees as far as temperature, wind blowing out a little bit, and the dew point I think is positive as well.
71.
What's that?
Yeah, it's 71.
Yeah, I don't know what a good dew point is. What is an ideal dew point? Do you know that off the top of your head? Like,
I think it depends on what the temperature is outside.
It's the combination of the two. It's got to line up. Okay.
So I think the dew point should be close to what the actual temperature is outside, because I think the humidity is generally like pretty high when that happens. But yeah, let's see. Where are you at? Washington. Yeah, so it looks like 56% humidity, which isn't terribly high, but yeah, the dew point's within 18 degrees of the actual temperature outside.
Yeah, and it's also a good park. Like that's, and Atlanta's coming off, they've had several games with fire emojis as well, and they banged out a bunch of homers over the weekend. And going to Washington.
I wrote up Acuna, and he had 2 barrels and 0 home runs.
Oh, what's more tilting than that?
Yeah, like 1, you could be like, all right, but 2 barrels in a game with no home runs that has good weather in a good ballpark, I can't believe it.
And the thing with Gray, like he's a good stuff pitcher, like he's got strikeout stuff, good arsenal, but he also just gives up too many fly balls. 50% fly balls. And
40% hard contact. That's not a good mix.
I wrote up Acuna talking about just from a DFS perspective. Like, I give me great elite hitters that are on the road in a good ballpark that have, a better chance of grabbing 5 ABs than anybody else. There's a really, really good chance you get 5 at bats out of Acuna today. And that that 5th at bat really matters. If you want to do like small samples, like usage, you're 20% bump in usage. Everybody else is getting 4. He's getting that 5th at bat, and who knows who it's against? It might be that Atlanta's up 12-2, and you're hitting a home run off of Lane Thomas. You see this these days in baseball where they're just throwing out whoever, throwing out position guys. You can't predict that. We saw Higashioka 2 home runs yesterday. The Yankees put up 17 or so off of who was it? Somebody for the Cubbies threw like a 35-mile-an-hour pitch.
Yeah, I remember that. Slowest pitch in the Statcast era. Slowest pitch to get hit for a home run in the Statcast era, I believe.
Yeah. It's just I love it. I love that they're doing that, and I love the teams that are winning are doing that too, which you never used to see. The Cardinals have done that where they pitched Pujols up like 15, which thank you. So you're not rubbing in the other team's face. It's fine. Everybody's going to be okay.
Yeah.
But okay, enough of my rant. But yeah, I like he only has 6 home runs this year, but like he's only played like 32 games also. Like he came back from injury. I was just looking at his stats because he's got 11 steals, which that's kind of the speed and pop perspective for Acuna, and the power is going to be there. Like it wasn't amazing this year versus righties, but I just trust that he'll be fine, and I assume you trust the same thing.
Yeah, we got EJ with a bunch of questions in chat. I'm just going to rapid fire them. Vlad over 1.5 total bases. I like it. I almost bet that. Buxton over 1.5 total bases. Of course, I like that. Javier over 5.5 Ks. Haven't looked into that too much going up against Texas. I'm fine. I almost bet his under 2.5 earned runs. Takiava Tiger stack, just never do it. Riley to get a run. I have him for a home run, so yes. Anderson over 4.5 Ks. Washington's not a terribly high strikeout team, so no. Alcantara.
No, you had it right the first time.
Alcantara.
Yeah.
I always mess it. Those always mess with me because then I hear it a different way, and then I'm always confused in my head. Alcantara over 6 Ks. I don't think so. Going up against Philly, it's not a terrible strikeout matchup. He's been very good, but he's due for some negative regression.
I love Sandy. And by the way, nobody in the league throws more baseballs per start than Sandy Alcantara.
No one has a better WAR in the league than Alcantara.
He's awesome. 100.6 pitches per game for the record. On the other side of that game, Nola's 16th in the league, 94 pitches thrown per start. But yeah, man, and you know me, I'm first doing my research from a DFS perspective, and people are going to be rostering Nola before they're rostering Sandy, and I get it. And Sandy's actually more expensive, and like you said, the Philadelphia side, there are some boppers over there, but they'll also strike out. So there's plenty of guys that'll throw some Ks your way, and say he gives up a solo home run, and he doesn't do that, by the way. Doesn't give up a lot of home runs. Just for the record, Schwarber and Hoskins, your boy Reese, will strike out plenty of Castellanos as well in the back half. There are plenty of Ks too. The Ks aren't amazing, but also he's going to stick around an extra couple of hitters, more so than other pitchers. So the length certainly gets them there. And, the fly balls have been awesome, 31% this season. Ground balls, 54.5%. I was looking at, in Prize Picks, you can bet, total number of pitches thrown, right?
Yep.
What do you think Sandy Alcantara's over-under on pitches thrown is?
103.5.
Are you looking at it?
No.
You nailed it. You binked it. You just won both Showcase Showdowns. Congratulations.
Nice. I got a bet on your boy Jazz over 1.5 total bases. I know it's a tough matchup versus Nola, but getting it plus 122.
Well, he's another one of those where, again, this is a tricky one because you never really can assume it, but it's not the lock, and I'm doing air quotes, that Acuna getting 5 at-bats is that because, Acuna is facing Gray and, a rough bullpen, and he's got great help around him. They have a team total of 5, so pretty good chance he gets that 5th at-bat. Nola's good, and, if he's kind of sort of shutting the Marlins down, there's no guarantee. There never was a guarantee. You know what I mean? The likelihood of Chisholm getting that 5th AB, even though
there's no guarantee you get a 4th one, technically.
Well, yeah, you're going to predict a no-hitter or a perfect game.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but yeah.
Yeah. What you said was what, plus 122?
Yeah.
Okay. The odds make it, worth my while. And I would just say this as far as Nola. So the Marlins, their offense this year against righties, they're top 10 in some key categories, like an ISO and WOBA and WRC plus. And it's not the strikeout matchup that's like you would assume it's incredible. There's certainly guys that will strike out, but I would just say this: pay attention to the lineup. If you're looking at if for whatever reason La Tortuga, Williams Astudillo does not play, or whatever reason we get Miguel Rojas to sit, both those guys are insanely contact heavy, super annoying. They hurt Nola's K potential because Rojas and Astudillo are just awesome contact hitters. If they sit somehow, or at least one of them sits, that's the kind of stuff that'll move the needle for me. If you're looking at the case for Nola.
Yeah, no, I'm probably not playing DFS today, but I'm not betting Nola's K prop. So
yeah, I thought I heard somebody asking about Nola's K prop. Was I wrong in hearing that?
I don't think so. It was
okay, my bad.
Alcantara.
There's still some information for you.
I got some Toronto bets. Espinal over 1.5 total bases, plus 140 at DK. Just seems like high odds. Bradish has struggled heavily. His slider's just not been great. He's struggled heavily versus righties so far this season.
He's a weird one, man, because I've seen him have awesome starts and I've seen him have some bad starts, and I guess that's to be expected from a young pitcher, right?
Yeah. And he's going to be good.
So I don't think he was highly touted either, which really kind of threw me off. I was looking at prospect stuff. I don't think he was ever a big prospect. I'm pulling it up. I'm kind of curious. I feel like he wasn't. If you look at Baltimore's top prospects, whenever, that doesn't mean he can't be good. Obviously, you can separate.
Supposed to have solid stuff.
Yeah.
4th round pick went from AA to MLB within a year.
Well, sometimes Baltimore's promoting guys just to eat innings because they don't care, right? They're just he was the
had a 3 point
in 2022.
3.5 xFIP in AA this year, 4 xFIP last year. Got solid K stuff, sitting around 28% in the minors. He's going to be good, I think. He's got a good fastball, a really good fastball, good curveball, decent change. His slider just hasn't really been there so far. Is the problem.
Yeah, I just don't have a good read on it. And I've watched him pitch several times this year, and sometimes where he looks electric. I think he struck out, was it the Cardinals? He struck him out 12 times or something like that?
Well, I think he had 11, and then against Tampa Bay, he had 8. No, that was Kirby. Kirby had 8 versus Tampa Bay. Get my prospects mixed up, but I honestly think that
I like Kirby. I think Kirby's going to be good.
Kirby's going to be real good. Kirby's going to be
I would take him over Bradish, easily.
Oh, yeah. Not even remotely close. I'm taking Toronto -3 at plus 160. It's Manoah, who's been incredible, versus Bradish, who struggles versus righties. And if you struggle versus righties, probably not a worse team in the MLB to go
Some
against.
boppers on that Toronto side. Almost all of them are right-handed.
Yeah. So Springer, Bichette, Vlad, Teoscar, Gurriel, Chapman. This is going to be I feel bad for Bradish here because I really like this kid. But he's not facing any lefties. So he's going to unless his slider finally comes together, he's going to struggle a ton. Yeah, and then
like the slider stuff, like whatever sort of data you're looking at, and it is what it is. It's all you have to look at, but it's still small sample stuff, right?
Yeah. We got, and then my last bet, Mike Minor over 16.5 outs. Only went 85 last one. He should be fully stretched out this time. Going up against Arizona. Arizona has a lot of lefties in there. They're probably going to platoon out some of their worst bats. Not a ton of guys that know how to work the count that well. So I just think he's going to go late enough into the game here. I know he hasn't been great so far this season in 2 starts, but 16.5 outs. I think he goes 6 innings.
Oof, that's a 6. Well, you don't need 6, obviously.
Need 5 2/3.
No. Wait.
16.5.
Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go. Okay. My UCF math is showing. Yeah, so 3 outs per inning as 6 innings. That will be 18. There you go. Minus the. He's had his. It's a small sample stuff, obviously, but he's had his face fully punched in this year. Just getting so many homers. Like the homer on the fly ball variant should work out better.
Yeah, and the dome's going to be closed. So
is that official? Like it should be because it's.
Yeah.
Sometimes Arizona, they hate their fans, man. They will throw 100-degree weather at them sometimes and say, here's a dry heat. Have at it.
Yeah.
Okay. So ideally, you want the roof closed there, and it's going to be closed?
Yeah. Yeah, it's closed.
85 pitches last time out. Like you said, 60 before that. Man, I guess. I don't. Are you getting positive juice in that?
Plus 100.
So it's a coin toss.
Yeah. So we can do our movie bet here. You can take the under on it.
Yeah. I don't love it. I just don't love it. Like he's going to be popular in DFS because, popular, whatever. He's 4.7 on DK. So like it's like a flat out, basically an SB2 punt. And Arizona historically is not a team you're necessarily afraid of, but they do have some ready power, obviously. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not.
All right. You got the under. I got the over. I'm going to make you. Have you seen Green Street Hooligans? I think I've asked you this.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to give you Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh no! Don't.
You'll enjoy it. Trust me. You'll have it's fun.
Oh, Groot. Yeah, I've still not seen the first one. I did. Shout out to you. You did give me. Finally, it took you like a whole bunch of bets, but you finally landed on a good movie you recommended to me.
Great movie.
I presume Gladiator was good, and I told the whole story as to why I never really saw it before originally. But yeah, I watched this weekend. Phenomenal.
Have you seen Braveheart? I never know with you anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen most things, like most everything I've seen, and I've seen a lot of things you haven't thought of that I've seen.
Yeah, outside of what's it called, superhero movies.
I've not seen a lot of superhero movies. Like,
have you seen the Fast and the Furiouses?
I've seen enough of them.
Okay.
You never had me. You never had your car. That's my terrible.
Ask anyone out here.
My terrible Vin Diesel impression. That was so bad. If I could take that back. Yeah, I've seen like probably 4 of them, and I don't know if I've seen them in the right order. Does it matter? I know I've seen at least one with The Rock. Yeah. Do you like the Fast and the Furious? I mean, it's nonsense.
Love them.
It's popcorn.
Yeah, it's nonsense. You have to know it's nonsense, and you're good.
Yeah, I mean, you go in with the attitude of like this is going to be completely absurd. Yeah, I mean, you have fun. You don't go in there and expect like to see a well thought out, there's no plot holes. I got nothing. But yeah, it's fine. They are where they are, and then they should be made because people like that. It's a good distraction for 2 hours, whatever.
Yeah.
There was another bet that I was looking at. But what was your thought on Javier, by the way? What'd you have? And I wanted to pull up and see what card he has as far as outs.
Yeah, let's see.
Because I feel like that's a little bit too ambitious what you're saying. So he's got 98 pitches for Minor. Like for me, that's a little ambitious.
I don't think 85 in the last one, first start back. They'll be that close to 100. He's an innings eater.
If he's pitching well, which is also an assumption.
Yeah, let's see. Javier best line is minus 115 on the over. Yeah, let's see what the bat has to say about it. Javier has him projected for the under. I think it's a real coin flip. So you're not getting value on any side. If I was going to take one, it'd be minus 104 over at FanDuel on the under. But it's a coin flip. That's what it is. There's no There's no real great line. I know he's had great state K stuff, but he gets a little bit wild. There are a few walks in this Texas lineup, especially up at the top. I'm probably staying away.
There are 4 projected lefties in that Arizona lineup for what it's worth. So that seems like it should be
pretty massive splits on Javier.
A benefit for well, I'm thinking of Minor. I just jumped back to Minor for some reason, and if he gets 4 lefties, that would be a benefit.
He's been a pretty splits neutral guy.
I think historically, at least according to the like maybe more so in years previous, because I don't think obviously we don't have a big sample this year. Pretty standard lefty righty split stuff. You prefer to see more lefties than righties there, obviously, if you're on the minor side.
I mean, that's the main thing. Like, Arizona's built to face right-handed pitching, not lefties.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what they're built for. They're not built for winning. But I know what you're saying. Guys like, Luplow is a good platoon hitter, probably leads off. What Varsho takes a hit. Walker has been one of the best hitters in baseball this year. Certainly, like, by name recognition. Like, Christian Walker has been awesome this season.
Yeah.
But most people probably don't know that that's happening because it's Arizona.
Yeah. Man, by the way, canned wines are super dangerous.
I feel like we've had this conversation, but I'm not a fan of wine just in general. Like the small sample, I never liked it. So, and I've never given it much more of a chance after like the 3 or 4 glasses I've had. Maybe I'm not sophisticated enough like you, Grant.
You do not have a sophisticated palate. I can say that for 100% certainty.
Yeah, I have a child's palate. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you very much do.
I'm heat sensitive, big old wimp. Yeah, so but what is the deal with the canned wine? Is canned also in the same field as like cousins of boxed wine? Is that the same sort of thought process?
No, like they've done research into canned wine. A lot of snobs actually are very against it, but realistically, there hasn't been a huge change in taste, even over periods of time, with canned wine compared to non-canned wine. And it's just so convenient. Like, if I want to get drunk, I could either bring a 24-pack of beer or an 8-pack of canned wine. That's 3 times as strong. And I have to lug around way less stuff.
Well, I mean, if you want to use that logic, if that's your goal is to just get drunk and whatever, I'm not judging. That's what you want to do. But
that's
why not
mostly my goal.
Well, just take like 4 shots of Patron or something. I don't know.
Can't do hard liquor. That's my problem.
I don't like tequila either. I'm taking your example and like taking it,
Plus, a nice rosé on a hot day is refreshing. I had some nice rosé with bubbles at the pool on Saturday.
Was Bubbles a person, or there was Bubbles in the rosé?
There's bubbles in the rosé. It's sparkling rosé.
Okay.
It's like champagne, but better.
Was that a sneaky humble brag? What you had rosé with bubbles and what'd you say in a bubble bath? What was it in?
At a pool.
At a pool. Oh man, you have access to a pool?
Yeah, I have access to 3 pools, 3 hot tubs.
Yeah, and you talk about snob. Are you going to be one of these snobs? Are you turning into them? You're a country club guy now.
I'm not a snob. I'm not snobby.
I wouldn't think so. I don't. Never change, Grant. Be yourself.
I mean, wine's the most efficient way to get drunk from me. Wine or Fireball.
Why isn't it like rum then? Okay, so you said hard liquor. Is rum considered hard liquor?
Yeah.
Depending on.
I can't do any hard. I ruined every hard liquor
for
myself in college outside of Fireball. Strangely enough, I never had Fireball in college. So when your brain's kind of like developing, is my guess. Like in college, I get too drunk off of something, then my brain immediately goes back to like, oh, I vomited. I don't like that. It's gonna make me vomit. So it happened with every hard liquor in college, and then luckily I had Fireball several years after college for the first time. So Fireball and gin are the 2 that I can drink.
Straight?
I can drink gin close to straight.
Having the ability to do so and then actually doing it. I don't get that. When people order, like, it's like, how is that? Well, I guess it's an acquired taste or whatever. Fireball, on the rocks, I've seen done before. Like chilled Fireball. Is that something you're into?
Yeah, you've seen me drink Fireball on the rocks.
Where? In what
Several times.
Have I?
When we went out in Nashville to that one rooftop bar and then to that hot chicken place over at the draft party.
Wait, is Hattie B's the hot chicken place? You couldn't think of the name?
No, we went to a different chicken place.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, there was a different one. You're right.
I was drinking Fireball on the rocks there, I think.
How'd your evening end?
I took an Uber back home with you. Remember? My phone was about ready to run out of batteries.
I vaguely remember this.
And my feet really smelled.
Yeah, I do remember you complaining about your feet. I feel like it's a problem you could smell your own feet. Like that feels.
Oh
good.
Yeah.
You know your own, whatever you're fine with it. You've adjusted. But like if you can smell it, I mean, imagine everybody else, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I read something earlier like if you can smell your own body odor, that means everyone can smell it a lot.
Sure. I don't think you have to read that, but that's good to get confirmation. Do you not wear socks?
I generally do. I think that I was on a road trip, so I ran out of socks.
Oh, that'll happen.
Yeah. No, and I think it sunk.
You don't want to recycle socks. There's several things you don't want to recycle. Socks is one of them.
Yeah, socks and underwear.
There you go. Yeah, you don't want to run that back.
Yeah. I mean, in a pickle, you can.
No, I mean.
It depends on how active and how long you wore it.
More than a minute, it's out. It's taken. You got to go.
I've recycled socks. Like, I still actually do fairly often, but it's when I like after this, I'll throw on shoes, go to Costco, be back in 45 minutes. Or 45 minutes. I'm not going to wash them again. Just wear them again.
Question: how many times would you wash? I mean, I can't remember the last time I wore a pair of jeans. It's been a while, but like, because whatever. But like, how many times do you wear a pair of jeans before you say I'm gonna wash this?
Anywhere from 2 to 40.
Whoa, that is a big variance. 40.
Yeah.
What? 2 to 40? Why that range? That's like bigger range than Steph.
When I'm doing laundry, I'll throw the pair of jeans that I was wearing. I mostly wear like one pair of jeans.
Yeah, you got the one pair and that's it. Like you're good to go, right? You're like a cartoon character. You wear the same pair of jeans. You wear jeans.
No, back in high school, like I would go months without washing them, and they were fine.
Yeah,
like,
well,
denim holds up very well.
You just didn't know. Maybe it wasn't fine. You just weren't aware.
Oh no, denim just holds up very well. Like I know some people who have jeans that they've never washed and they've worn them for years.
This is the conversation you've had with somebody?
Yes, several people.
They've just never. Now, why is it laziness, or they think like somehow the wash takes something out of the jeans?
It tears away at the fiber, so you buy like a really good set of jeans.
Yeah.
And denim like doesn't really hold on unless you get a stain on it. It doesn't really hold on odor for some reason. I don't know why it is, but like, yeah, I know lots of people who just have one pair of jeans and they never wash them.
Huh. Oh, and also sometimes it'll shrink a little bit. You never really know what to. But I mean, I did not expect to get 40 is some big old range. Yeah.
How long do you generally wear jeans for?
Well, I mean, I haven't worn jeans in a while, but I'll wear it a couple times, but I'm not gonna. I mean, maybe max 4 or 5. And again, it depends if like I'm just running out to the store, or if I'm going out. That's probably it. Like we're probably gonna throw it in the pile. But I'm not really aware of the fabrics getting tainted each wash, I suppose.
Let's see. How many days can you wear jeans for washing them?
I feel like you're going to get a variety of answers. There's
3 times.
What? Oh. Is that Mr. Owl? Who just answered that? According to...
Jeans, you should wash jeans every 6 weeks. Yeah, there's a wide variety there.
Yeah, see, it's all over the place. You're getting a variety of answers. Huh.
Yeah.
This is the things you learn on this show. I mean, if the people aren't aware, we've kind of like, unless, is there any...
Oh, so the number is wear them at least 3 times before washing them.
Oh, okay. What if I'm going like to the swamp or something?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's different.
I go there often. Big fan of the swamp. I'm in Florida. The Everglades aren't that far from where I'm at.
The Everglades?
Yeah, are you aware of the Everglades or no?
I am.
Okay.
I've heard of them.
One of the staples, like one of the road trips, was the school trips you take, like in 3rd grade or 5th grade, whatever, is you go on an airboat ride in the Everglades.
Sounds awesome.
That's something, man. That is definitely something.
Yeah.
Survive that one.
Bobby Boucher used to live out in the Everglades.
No, Bobby Boucher was in Louisiana. That's the Bayou, not Florida.
Disagree. When in Rome.
It's not like it's a different kind of it's swamp like. Sure, there's a Venn diagram, I suppose, but yeah, I believe he was from, what was the name of Bobby Boucher's college? It's like some kind of absurd Louisiana name. I told you this before, I'm sure, but I could have been in that movie. I could have been an extra.
Look at you.
Well, I wasn't. Like that's just, I just decided this. Like I'm just gonna sleep.
Yeah. What was the college?
It's got some weird. It's a weird animal, I think, and a weird title, and it's like kind of wordy.
It's the Mud Dogs.
The Mud Dogs.
I know that.
Yeah, because the Mud Dogs win. Remember, his girlfriend was saying, "Mud Dogs win," whatever the score was.
Mud Dogs win. Mud Dogs win. Bobby Boucher came back at halftime, and the Mud Dogs took down the Bourbon Bowl.
Can you do an impression of the assistant coach, or the guy kind of sounded like Boomhauer a little bit? You know what we're talking about?
Now
Now you're just doing Boomhauer, I think.
Well, it's the same guy that was in Joe Dirt.
Oh, is it?
Almost my maggot. South Central Louisiana State University.
There you go. That sounds right. Yeah, I assume you Googled, so that is correct.
Yes. All right. Well, we've probably gotten enough off.
Is anybody still hanging out with us and just watching?
Yeah, we still got like 20 people watching.
There you go. I don't know what's on their mind. Did they enjoy this nonsense? Like I thought it was pretty clear. We knocked out the bets we liked, and the segue was seamless to the nonsense. Was there a nonsense alert that goes across the scene or the screen, or people just got to piece that together?
I don't know, but if you guys tuned in late and you just wanted the bets are up on the screen right here. I'll make it bigger. There you go. Big bets right there. Big bets, big money. Look at that. Making money. Yeah, we've made a decent amount of money this month. I got a 16% ROI this month. 13%, 14 almost. Yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, after
better than my stocks.
Yeah, oh gosh. Yeah, so I have money in a 401k from my old job that I've been trying to get for like the last 6 months, and no go. But yeah, I just like right before tax season, like, all right, put some money into IRA for this year and last year, and I invested like a month and a half ago, and I think I'm down 20%.
Yeah.
But
it's not good.
I mean, I'm glad that I was playing. I had just a whole bunch of money sitting around. I kept thinking like, all right, I need investments, and I have an expensive wedding coming up, so we just haven't. And so I'm like, oh boy, am I glad we didn't, because I had planned on just throwing it all into the stock market and crypto. And
the wedding, did you hire Mickey and Minnie for the wedding? Is that why it's so expensive?
Hi, everybody. No, I did not.
I did attend Britt Devine's wedding at Disney World, and Mickey and Minnie were there, and he fed us too. He gave us some food.
Wow! Normally you get one or the other.
We're making a reference to a very narrow casted story.
Yeah,
like 3 people know.
But if I would have been, I would have grabbed whatever gift I had for the wedding and taken it back.
Really? No, I would. You can't do that.
I would have.
I will say the person was like, well, there was vending machines there, so like as if like they can wander off and buy like a whatchamacallit.
Well, I mean, honestly, if they had Cheetos, like I'd be fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bold, and you know me. I think we've had this conversation before. I'm a big fan of like, hey, look, it's your wedding. This is your rules. Do your thing. Like, and this is the time where nobody can say what you want. You know, whatever. I'm happy to partake. Whatever you want me to do. It's your wedding. It's your day. I'll play by the rules, you know, and I won't complain. But, man, that was a weird decision.
Be very, very specific. Like, eat before you come here, because we do not have food or alcohol, or plan to go somewhere else. Like, be very specific about that.
Yeah. By the way, at Britt's wedding, I won't name names, but somebody you may know may have I don't want to say inappropriately touched Mickey, because apparently you can't touch him. That wasn't like, it wasn't known, but when you do touch him, Mickey's handler gets out of line. It's not like that, and we'll scorn you.
All right. Well,
Wasn't an inappropriate touch. It was just like a touch. It's like, oh, you're not allowed to touch these characters apparently. But yeah, so there you go. On that note.
yeah.
Oh, did we come up with a movie or no?
I got you Guardian of the Galaxy 2. You have 8.
Oh, so yeah, we talked about this
Hard
pre-show. Awesome actor, mostly a character actor. Philip Baker Hall. He appears in 3 of Paul Thomas Anderson's movies. I love him. I'm sure I presume you've seen Boogie Nights. You probably haven't seen Magnolia. I won't.
Yeah, I know exactly who this guy is. It's
he's kind of one of the stars, and he is one of the stars in Hard 8. Very first movie ever by Paul Thomas Anderson. I believe he was 26 when he wrote and directed it. Just an incredible movie. Incredible accomplishment. It's not my favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movie, but still good. Still very good. And Sam Jackson, you like him? He's in it as well as John C. Reilly. Who doesn't love John C. Reilly? And I believe the female is Gwyneth Paltrow, I want to say. But yeah, check out Hard 8. Gambling movie too. Who doesn't like gambling?
Yeah, he's also in all the Rush Hours, so Devin will like that.
That's how Devin knows him. Well, that's the Rush Hour guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know he's in the Rush Hours. Good for him.
I don't remember him there. I need to watch it again. All right, guys. Well, it's got derailed. It's been fun. We're out of here.